I need to know tonight. Those 5 words trigger an immediate physical response. Your chest begins to tighten. Heat climbs up your face. The walls of the conversation feel like they are inching closer. We usually interpret this physical pressure as a sign of genuine scarcity or a reflection of the other person's impatience. We assume the clock is an objective reality we have to outrun. Notice how these deadlines have a habit of appearing at the exact second you begin to hesitate. The pressure often peaks before you can sleep on the decision or call a friend for a second opinion. Demanding an immediate answer targets the slow, careful part of you that would have said wait. It forces a shift in the interaction, aiming to bypass your capacity for caution. That ticking clock functions as a piece of machinery designed to dismantle rational choice. It creates a psychological environment where the loudest answer in the room is the only one you can hear. Under calm conditions, your brain uses a slow route to make decisions, weighing options and noticing wrong notes. But add time pressure, and the complex path snaps shut. Your eyes take shorter glances. The mind stops comparing and reaches for the closest answer. Executive function, the part that plans and thinks twice, drops the moment you feel the pressure. The clock does not have to be true. It only has to be believed for your ability to think clearly to evaporate. Brain imaging shows the decisions sliding away from the prefrontal cortex and into faster, cruder circuitry. You are forced into the same survival wiring meant for escaping predators, making it nearly impossible to read a contract with a clear head. By imposing a fake countdown, a manipulator ensures you are deciding with a blunt instrument. They know that a blunt instrument is much easier to steer than a sharp one. A decision due tonight creates a state of social severance. You cannot sleep on it, call a friend with experience, or show paperwork to your sister. Researcher Evan Stark described this as entrapment. It involves a slow deprivation of a person's autonomy, cutting them off from the outside voices that keep them anchored to what is real. Manipulators often frame this isolation as closeness. They suggest outside advisors will only fill your head with negativity, or that asking for a second opinion means you don't trust yourself. Compliance in these moments isn't a sign of weakness. It is the predictable result of being systematically walled off from anyone who could confirm your gut suspicions. Instead of promising a gain, manufactured deadlines usually threaten a loss. The place will be taken, the price will jump, or the chance will pass forever. Psychologists Daniel Kahneman and Amos Tversky discovered that we are wired to flinch away from loss much harder than we lean toward reward. This chart shows our lopsided choices. Losing $100 stings twice as much as the pleasure of finding it. A deadline targets this flinch. Add scarcity and secrecy, and researcher Kaniszynski found orders climb to 6 times normal volume. Combining speed, loss, and secrecy allows a manipulator to skip the work of persuasion. It simply stampedes the target into an immediate yes. These tactics often target the most capable people, those who take pride in being responsible and efficient. Because you want to be dependable, you might agree to a small, rushed plan just to keep things moving. A manipulator uses that desire for consistency to extract larger concessions later, turning your own efficiency into a lever against you. Genuine urgency behaves differently. A real deadline has nothing to hide from a second pair of eyes, and the facts of the deal will hold still while you sleep on the decision. If an offer becomes slippery or the person becomes hostile when you try to slow down, the deadline was never real. Manufactured urgency cannot stand to be examined. You can buy back the time you need with a single, boring sentence. "I'll let you know tomorrow." Then watch how the other person reacts. If a yes only works when it is rushed, it was never a choice you were free to give. Your most vital defense is the freedom to say not yet.